I would do everything and anything to get rid of it. My sister, on the other hand, had beautiful curls. I really wanted my hair to be like hers. I was extremely jealous of her. One day, I was looking at my hair in the mirror and came up with an idea. I would put chemicals in her hair products. One night, we were getting ready for bed. She went to go get something, and then my plan went into action. I ruined all of her hair products. When she came back and used her products, she screamed. Instead of spraying the toxic chemicals into her hair products, I accidentally sprayed it into her skincare. She screamed and cried as there were burns and scratches on her face because the chemicals reacted so quickly. The ambulance was needed immediately. After some time in the hospital, my sister returned to school, and she wasn't so popular because people talked about her so badly. I ruined her life, and she was planning to get her revenge. Instead of putting chemicals into my hair or on my skin, she had a better idea.
Emma Cameron was a famous influencer. She filmed and vlogged on TikTok. She posted get ready with me's and routines on her YouTube channel. Everyone adored and loved her. She was so sweet and kind. Emma loved to party. She partied every weekend. She would party alone and with her friends. Emma was also very popular in school. She had many boys after her, and a lot of girls wanted to be her. She was living a fantastic life. She had family, friends, money, and fame. One day, when Emma was in class talking with her friends, the teacher came in. He announced to the fellow class that there will be a new girl joining the school. Everyone was so excited, and so was Emma. She wasn't worried at all that the new student might take her place. Emma was always gonna be the star. But when the girl entered the classroom, everyone gasped and was so mesmerized by the new girl. Her beauty, her confidence, and her grades were better than Emma's. The new girl, Victoria, was head of the class and became loved very fast. She also started a TikTok account and a YouTube channel. Her accounts blew up overnight. She gained millions and millions of followers, more followers than Emma. She became so popular and known. Emma's friend started to become distant with Emma since she was no longer the queen. Victoria was. All the boys that were after Emma was now after Victoria. Every boy wanted to date her, and all the girls wanted to be her friend. This made Emma so mad and jealous. How dared Victoria take away Emma's spotlight? Later that day, Emma came up with a plan. 2 days later, Emma asked Victoria if she could have a word with her. Victoria happily agreed to talk to her. She pulled Victoria aside and told her, "I'm gonna be the last thing you will ever see."
I'm gonna be the last thing you will ever see.
Victoria was confused and asked her what she was talking about. Emma grabbed out a sharp knife and stabbed Victoria while covering her mouth so no one would hear her screams. She let out an evil laughter. Blood was quickly covering Victoria's uniform as she was dying a painful death. Victoria's body dropped to the floor. 2 days later, Victoria was reported missing. Everyone was so worried, while Emma was so satisfied, knowing that everything she had before Victoria took it away would come back.
Ever since I was a baby, my parents always told me,
Don't look out the window at night, sweetie.
I would always ask them,
Why not?
but they would just shrug it off with an uneasy smile. As I grew older, I stopped questioning it. Everyone else in my town also followed this weird tradition, so I thought it was normal. That was until I went to college, and the kids thought I was crazy. So during Christmas when I went to my parents' house, I remember them reminding me not to look out the window. I gave them a smile and a small chuckle before telling them,
I won't.
However, curiosity struck me the moment they left that room. As I sat in the dark, I came to a decision. I was gonna look out of the window, but just as my hand came to the sheer white curtain, I paused. My mind flashed to that one time when I was 12. I was home with the flu and my parents were talking downstairs. I was getting some water, but I hid behind the stairs. My mom was crying and my dad was holding her and rocking.
That poor little girl. I feel horrible for her family.
I snapped back to the present, my hand shook back from the curtain.
What was the worst that could happen? It's just a window.
As I reached again, my instinct was telling me to stop and my gut twisted as I went nearer. I thrusted my arm toward the curtain and pulled back hard, almost ripping it away from the rod. I immediately regret it. I heard claws clacking up the house. It suddenly stopped before the most terrifying creature popped up.
Ray had always loved to ding-dong ditch. It was her favorite hobby, and she loved the thrill. One day, as she sat down to watch TV, the news appeared.
Breaking news! A kidnapper is on the loose. Stay safe.
This is silly.
But as Ray knocked, she got grabbed by the shoulder and pulled inside. She went missing, so the police went to her house. They started to look around the neighborhood and got this house, but the police saw something horrifying.
I was a very famous influencer. When I announced that I was pregnant, I knew that my fame would rise and I would get attention.
Congratulations, you have a healthy baby girl.
My baby looked nothing like me, and even worse, she was overweight already. Are you sure that's my baby?
I'm sure. She's about 7 pounds overweight, but that's all.
As soon as the doctor left, I knew I had to get rid of my child. Nobody online could know that such a hippo could possibly be mine. A few days later, I took her to the beach. As I struggled to hold her heavy body, I walked down the pier and dropped her into the water. As I walked back, I felt no guilt whatsoever. A few years later, I decided to try again for a baby.
Congratulations.
This time, my baby was stunning. She looked identical to me. Me and my daughter had a very special bond. Everyone on my socials agreed. I decided to take her to my favorite place, the beach. As soon as we arrived, she started crying. It's okay, sweetie. Look how pretty the sunset is. I walked down the pier so she could get a better view, but she started crying even more.
Please don't throw me off this time. I'm pretty now.
I had to do the one thing any rational human would do, push her again.
Someone please help me.
This time, I felt different. I actually felt like I was never going to get a normal child. I always felt like someone was watching me. After all, I am famous. I drove to the police station to report my daughter missing.
Oh, hello. What seems to be your problem?
I would like to report my daughter missing again. This time, it's Gianna.
Oh, I'm truly sorry. I'll start her. Report right away.
Thank you. This time, I was determined to find a normal, pretty daughter who will be just as successful as me. Hello, I would like to pick up a female child from your adoption center at 8 a.m. And did I leave this open? Whatever.
8 a.m. would be perfect. See you soon.
Hi, let me go grab her.
Mio's nonverbal. We found her by the beach alone with a lot of scratches.
I refused to take in such a hideous child, especially one who's abnormally large. As soon as I got home, all I wanted to do was to watch TV.
Breaking news! A child was just found washed up on shore. DNA tests are still ongoing.
What? I decided decided to just sleep it off, calm down. I had woken up to the phone ringing. It was the police station.
Is this Gemma Stone?
Yes?
We have found your daughter, Mila. She was taken to an adoption center, and we realized it was your daughter. Pick her up at the station as soon as possible.
Okay, thanks. Oh my gosh, how did that thing survive that? The water is 8 feet deep. It just keeps coming back. Hello?
Hello again. I'll go and get her now.
The floor shook as she walked towards me.
She must be so excited to see you again. Unfortunately, she can't speak a word.
She's literally damaging my spine. All right, what are you? Haven't I made it clear that I don't want you as a child? Every time I look into her room, I see something. I see the devil in this child. I need to get rid of her. But I tried everything. I tried to drown her, but she came right up. I crashed my car. Mila was left without a scratch, while I was left in crutches for 2 weeks. I even abandoned her at a grocery store. But when I got home, she was already there. I knew this was all connected to Mila when I stopped getting views on social media. What? I finally knew how to get rid of her when I searched up how to kill immortal demons. I finally knew how to get rid of my obese daughter. I had to dig up 12 pounds of sea salt. I hope no one saw. I needed to collect 12 strands of Mila's hair. Finally, my plan can take action. I sprinkled her with all the salt and started swinging. Then suddenly, she just stopped crying and disappeared.
Breaking news. Famous influencer Gemma Stone was found dead at her own home. 12 pounds of sea salt were found scattered all over her porch. Little to no evidence of murder.
Are you sure you're willing to take in this child? She's been through a lot, and I would hate to see her get hurt again.
Yes, of course.
We will take great care of her.
Hello.
The favoritism started when we were only 5. My parents gave me a huge bedroom with so many toys. Meanwhile, my sister only had a small space with one single bed and no toys. As we got older, I was still the favorite. No matter what my sister did, our parents always ignored her. This led to extreme jealousy. My sister shaved my hair as I was asleep. She got that jealous that she would attempt to poison me and add glue to my shampoo. I finally had enough of her shit. So I told our mother. I told her that my sister's jealousy is getting out of hand, and our mother should love us both equally. My mother laughed.
Valerie, honey, you don't have a sister.
Yes, I do.